Hello YouTube. Sometimes I feel like a giant octopus or a squid or a jellyfish or something with hundreds and hundreds of tentacles, where each tentacle is the relationship I have with a person. And most of the time I feel like I have more tentacles than I can manage. They're all weaving about and flailing and getting tangled up in each other's way, and I can't control any one of them as I'd like. I can't make any of them, any one of them or all of them work in a way that's beneficial to myself or the other end of the tentacle, as it were. But just sometimes I find myself in, I don't know, a sort of different place mentally or emotionally, and for whatever reason suddenly they're all working just right for a short time, and I think it's kind of important, and it's something we don't really do enough. I think we get bogged down in negativity too often, but I think it's important to really savour those moments when everything suddenly clicks for whatever reason, because the chances are tomorrow you'll wake up and the tentacles will be flailing again and they'll be tangled again, and you won't know why. You won't know why they've gone back to the mishmashed muddle that they had been before that short time when everything worked. And I've had an evening, just the last couple of hours, where for whatever reason just things have seemed to click. And I don't know why, but it's just where I've been talking to various people, which of course my being the way I am means talking to people online, my various internet friends, giving them advice or opinions or my thoughts on the world or love or life or philosophy or whatever. My thoughts have really come together and they've found it helpful, and I've kind of surprised myself with the ways I've been able to be of help to people, or some of the thoughts I've come out with have been new, or I've been able to kind of put across old thoughts, but in a new and better way that I haven't managed to before. So I don't know. This whole video may come across as a sort of posting, I'm so great, I've been fantastic and helpful this evening, but that's not really what this is supposed to be. It's just, I don't know, a reminder to you all to find those moments when everything sort of clicks and really enjoy them and make the most of them, because they're few and they're far between. But if you really take that wave of positivity and positive energy and whatever forces are at work there that are making things go okay, and really ride them and push them, then you can surprise yourself with the ways you're capable of thinking and what you're capable of doing, even if it's just a little thing like helping a friend out with a problem, or even just not even that, working some way towards a friend being able to work through their problems or something. And one of the things that I've found is that when I get into that sort of sweet zone, I almost like when I'm writing or saying things without sort of thinking about them or purposefully trying to make it this way, I almost find I'm writing poetry without meaning to. Just in terms of some of the more philosophical or whatever ideas I come out with, the flow of what I have to say almost writes itself as a poem. So I want to end this slightly odd and convoluted and probably entirely nonsensical video with another one of my poems, which means probably very few people will watch this video, but just taken largely from sort of a conversation that I had with a friend this evening, and just, I know, editing it a little bit, some of the things I had to say, and making it sort of a little more structured. But basically this is just, it's certainly not the best poem I've ever written at all, but I rather like the ideas in it, and I like the way it just sort of formed unintentionally as part of a conversation. So yeah, as ever I'd like feedback or thoughts or whatever on it. As I say, it's not my best poem, but I rather like it almost, if not as a poem, just as a kind of life philosophy or something. It doesn't have a title as yet, so maybe that's the first thing you guys could help me on, giving it a title. So, for the moment we'll call it Untitled. The fabric of reality is woven with the silken thread of truth, the greatest and most precious material, not hard and cold, as the lips of many would label it, but simply neutral and unjudging. Neither happy nor sad, good nor evil, it can know nothing of this world of emotion, for these things can only waver and change, with our bending, faltering and mutating reactions. The truth is the solid pillar on which we stand, the only true support for our world, the only constant. Some day, we each will be gone, and, with our passing, the emotions we each hold in our hearts will fade away, inconsequential as a whisper in an empty room, or a breeze through an empty landscape. All that shall remain then, as the sands of time wear away the years, are the truths that you shall have uncovered, and the ways that you will have found to understand them. The closeness with which you inspect this heavenly cloth shall be your true lasting legacy. So, thank you for watching this rather strange video. Good night, YouTube.